Let me ask you a question. Why is it that when a police officer kills a black man, there's national outrage? But in Chicago, I have no idea how many murders there were last weekend. Let's say 4th of July weekend, since we're still in July.
That's a murderous niggas shoot team.
Like, why is there not national outrage about that issue? But there is about the old cop killing a black kid. Are we saying that you can't kill us, we could kill us?
No, I think we don't control the news. So if we don't control the sources of information that are put out in the world, we don't control or dictate how the story is told. So we don't really know what the fuck is going on. All we know is that some bad shit happened over there and some good shit's happening over here. And it's like, until we have a certain understanding of like Chicago or all these places where things are happening, people are dying in the streets every day. That is I think a part of the nation's fact. If you live in this country, you just know that every single day somebody's dying of gun violence or some bullshit overdose, because this country's very stressed.
It's most likely a nigga though.
Yeah. We shooting each other all day long. Yeah. We do
but
that.
Where does that come from? Is that self-hate?
Yeah. That's big self-hate. You know how like when I went through my identity crisis, right? Now imagine that was coming from being in a world that I didn't seemingly fit into, in the sense of being educated or in the sense of having finance. Now, if I grew up in an environment, I grew up in the suburbs, so I had a little understanding that there is a difference in how I was brought up versus some of my homies that I do know. Brought up in the inner city and in situations that were just a little different. Even some of my family members grew up in situations that I'm like, damn, fuck, you know? So I think I would never have shame for how I was raised or how I was brought up or having, you know, a private school experience and any of these things, but I do realize and recognize that there are millions of people every single day waking up to circumstances that they do not enjoy. So as a black man in this country, there's always a deep understanding in me that like a lot of my homies that don't know me yet, a lot of my black men out here that are just living in the world, they are not in a deep-seated belief in the system at all, which is great. But the system has been teaching us to believe in ourselves in these many ways. Capital, you got to have this, you got to have that. So we're still finding ourselves in this vice grip of exactly how much worth do we have? How much value does the black man hold? And I think when we look at how much profit comes from us being sold on the chopping block of sports, entertainment, and all these other just distractions, yeah, we think we have a lot of worth, but we don't. Because the worth that we're giving away is being taken. And we're not being given nothing back. What's the money?